of Land Banking Clinic. Today I have a request from Magnus. Magnus says he's a real estate developer and he sells serviced land and has an employee who used to work with them and had created issues with investors by promising them what the company never promised. And of course, the person eventually left the company and went about telling the same investors a lot of untrue stories about the company. And it's costing the company so dearly, both the mistake of giving wrong information to the investors while she was in the company, as well as also now trying to give wrong information to the investors just to woo them to another company. So, two problems created by Magnus, former client. Okay, what should I do? So we started real estate about 15 years ago as a property broker. We used to sell for companies and get commission. But 9 years ago, we moved into real estate development. And I've been through a lot of what you're talking about. I think the real estate sector has a lot of issues when it comes to manpower. Many people come into the real estate sector very unskilled, and the little skill they get, some also want to become your competitors. Some leave you and then try to go sell for others, and I've seen a lot. In fact, one that was so painful for me was a young girl. She was 22 when I took her from Nigeria to Dubai to work with us. And in the course of it, I remember 5 properties sold was not delivered. That our client had paid for with a particular developer. So reaching out to the middleman who introduced us to the company. Information got to us, a lot of things not properly done. At the end of the day, I had to shoulder those responsibilities myself, even though it was created by a staff who was in charge of running that particular aspect and was the one directly dealing with the customer and with this particular man who was between us and the developer we were buying from. Cut the long story short, almost $500,000 gone, almost $1 million gone. Clients are putting pressure, and at some point, I still felt it was this particular person. One day, this lady, despite having an agreement with the company to give 6 months notice if she was going to leave, left the company, even did a video. And of course, the contract, the bond says that because we took you from Nigeria to Dubai, if you're leaving without 6 months notice, then you are owing the company. Every money spent on you, you have to pay back. Now, this person said, well, the company is owing us certain money and took the company phone, certain, stuff, also claiming the handover notes on laptop were missing and all of that. Now, you doing a video and telling us you are not going to refund certain companies the property except something, and the company had told you you did not give the required notice, you are owing the company. That now, suddenly we're beginning to realize that even the losses that were made, she probably had colluded with the other party who cheated our investors. So we've been through a lot. My advice to you, and I said that just to help you understand that it's something we go through. My advice to you, number one, where legal actions need to be taken, take it. Okay? Take it. Those you need to chat to court, right? Second advice, absolute power corrupt absolutely. Okay, absolute power corrupt absolutely. Hence now I've learned, if I'm putting anybody in charge of this, there must be other people looking at that person, right? I now have advisory board for everybody. Every branch now has a team looking like shark over them. right? Because if you don't do that, if there are no people watching, and I've been in institutions where I kept wondering, don't they trust me? This, I felt bad with. Now I understood why those systems were that way, right? Where you'll be in some system, I'm sure some of you have been there, where it looks as if they put conflicting people together, people that would never agree. But you see, you may hate those systems, you may claim it's toxic, but that's why the system has not collapsed. Because human beings have proven over time to be so selfish that they never even think about themselves. Now, this story I was telling you about, this young 22-year-old, I was speaking somewhere, online, and I was talking about this experience just as an analogy. I didn't mention name. You won't believe this lady still sent a mail. You stole company's property. You still have the courage to now send a mail that, well, you've gone to return those things. And you saw a video circulating. People know it was you. They should stop such. Like a thief with pride. But that's what you find when human beings are left unchecked. They become so full of themselves that they forget that they were lifted up because somebody cared. Right? So put check. It's very important. I think that's what you can do. As regards the image that has been spoiled, reach out. Do a disclaimer. You don't need to use the person's face or anything. Do a disclaimer. Reach out to your investors. Explain what happened. You must speak up. Just like in this case now, I've intentionally had to start opening up on it because some people have the version of the story and they need to know your version. Very important. Well, I'm Dr. Stephen Akintayo, and I'm the chairman, GTEX Holdings, and founder, Akintayo Foundation. I hope this is very helpful. I hope so. I hope so. We are into sales of land across Africa. We're into houses across Africa, US, UK, Dubai, and of course, we're into investment where people invest and get returns on investment. Feel free to talk to our company. Of course, go to my YouTube channel, Dr. S. Akintayo. There's so much longer video version that will touch your life and change your life forever. Go watch them. They will bless you. I love you.